Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel and welcome all my new returning subscribers or viewers. Today we're going to be looking at the general energy around you. If at any point you do want a personal reading, just check the description box. I'll try to include the information in the comment section. I always forget to do it, but I'll try. And let's get into it and see what's going on. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements. Okay, so you're in a space to where you could be realizing how in you constantly recalling the past or even talking about the past, the more that it makes you feel like presently you're not happy or you're not content. Now, the trap with telling the same story over and over and over again, especially when it's not a positive one, it starts to shape your reality and it starts to shape what you believe you can and cannot do. So if you keep telling the story that my love life is unsuccessful or that my career is unsuccessful, it absolves you from even wanting to do the work to make it better because you have this preconditioned belief that you're just doomed. And it just keeps you in this comfort zone to where all you can do is kind of complain. So I think that for any of my Sagittarius who have been like in this constant loop of either talking about your problems or just rethinking about the same scenario over and over and over again in terms of why it didn't turn out good, especially if we're talking about a family situation or a long-term relationship or someone who you did want to be in a relationship with, a lot of you could be realizing how, again, you're missing out on the beauty of the present moment. For a lot of you too, you could be questioning whether or not to restart a business because maybe in the past when you had this idea, it didn't really take wind like how you would have liked with the Six of Wands in reverse. For a lot of you though, again, getting caught up in this didn't work out for me before, instead of seeing the opportunity to maybe learn from that and to see how to maybe restructure your business, maybe something you could be missing out on. So it's important to rethink your perspective and make sure you're not only looking at things from just your perspective, but understanding how everything that we experience in life can be looked at from many angles, many different perspectives. And depending on the perspective that you choose to adopt to see your situation from will determine if you grow from it or if you are hindered by the mistakes that you've made. But anywho, another thing that I'm seeing, there could be someone who may have disappointed you, family member, friend, somebody here who may have let you down, could be trying to reach out to you during this time frame. This could be a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I'm getting Gemini, Libra, Aquarius individual, but someone who may have broken your heart, someone who may have disappointed you. They could be randomly trying to get back on speaking terms, get back into your good graces, and you could be completely conflicted on whether or not to allow them back into your space. You also could be finding yourself disappointed in someone's actions, their inconsistencies. 1 second they're saying one thing and then doing another thing. If you've also just been feeling down on yourself, you could be getting out of that slump. I'm telling you, you go from feeling mentally drained, mentally focused on the things that you're not content with or you're not in a space of feeling so good about, to being on the money, being extremely focused, trying to ground yourself, trying to be a lot more financially responsible, cutting things out of your life that are distractions. Just the energy around my Sagittarius in general. I'm seeing something here about pride and ego. Pride and ego could be creating bigger problems within a friends with benefits situation or even a romantic connection. For a lot of you, you could be deciding to take a step back if this connection seems too toxic and too draining for you, because mentally all you can do is be consumed in your thoughts about what's going on with them, what's going on with the situation itself. I also see you guys just having just the overall resilience, the fortitude to make it through some sort of like transition. Some of you guys are like moving long distance. Some of you are leaving a job, leaving a relationship. And you're starting to go through those like growing pains, essentially, with the Eight of Swords and the Devil, where it's like that frustration that comes with breaking away from attachments. What's going on with career and finance for my Sagittarius? Yeah, things are definitely about to change for the better for you. If you've been self-sabotaging, knowing that you can be successful if you put your mind to, you know, your creative endeavors or to your business, but talking yourself out of it or getting psyched out or distracted may have been at the root of it. But that's definitely going to be changing, and your luck could be changing as well because of that. When it comes to love, a lot of you could be realizing how the past has been hindering you from moving forward, especially if you've been clinging on to it in the sense of wanting this person to come back and to make things right and to settle the score, which may be just a self-construct. Maybe your mind trying to keep you stuck to a situation where, in the grand scheme of things, you know you deserve better, and knowing that closure won't come from this situation. For others of you, you could be interested in somebody who has had like a bad past in terms of dating, and you could be deciding to move on from them if they just seem too closed off, too rigid when it comes to connecting. Now, what is the best advice for my Sagittarius for the next couple of days? So be mindful of allowing your emotions to move you, because you're going to have mixed emotions about several different things throughout this week. Pay attention to what emotions or feelings arise when you think about certain people or certain situations, and that will tell you a lot about what you should allow in your space and what you shouldn't. Okay, but don't act on your emotions during this time frame. Make sure you're sitting back and reassessing things, especially if you are really, really anxious right now. Any decisions that you could be making around like a romantic connection, or even things that could be said in the heat of the moment. You just want to take a moment to really sit back before you are 100% acting on it. Also, this is staying out of your head when it comes to your stability. The only way to ground your financial situation is to get to work. Not worrying about it, not being concerned with whether or not you're not going to get stable, just doing what you can. So we have succulents that represents resilience. So this goes into what I was saying earlier. Excuse me, I got tongue-tied. You're in this space to where you're very resilient. Nothing is taking you out, and you want to be resilient. You want to be someone who's bendable, not breakable. Okay, in life, you want to focus on flexibility in all areas, because that's a good sign of you being someone who is in healthy shape in that arena, whether that's flexible in mental health, flexible in terms of physical health, flexible in terms of emotions. All of that is important. I also have bees, which represents community. So this does talk about being aware of the spaces that you're occupying, or who is occupying your space. Do you have people who are genuinely in your corner? Are you connecting with people who are your soul tribe, or just people where it feels like you got to force a connection or got to force things to be? And if you do feel alone, trying to intentionally go towards communities of people who have similar interests could help you forge more of a community or a sense of community. But this is what I see. I hope that this was helpful and did give you insight. If you did enjoy this live, or not live, but this reading, definitely thumbs up the video and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.